This is a quick video on how I fix an issue I ran into the other day where a Cisco Catalyst 3850 switch would lose its startup config every time it would reboot. So I'm logged into the switch here and you can see that it has the default name as switch. This is because this switch is in the state where it had just rebooted and it lost its startup config, so it's reverted to using the default name. Now it is possible to get the startup config back if you haven't overwritten it by running copy start run. And we can see that the actual name of the switch is restored here. But now if I do a write and reload, we can see that once the switch finished booting up here, it's back to using the default name, so again, it ignored the startup config. From what I found, it looks like this is most likely caused by somebody performing a password recovery on the switch at some point and not setting the config register back to the original value. You can check if this is your issue by running the command showver pipe include reg. And we can see here that the config register on the switch is set to 0x142. Apparently the 4 in this position tells the switch to ignore its startup config. And even though it says will be 0x102 at next reload, that never actually happens, and every time the switch reloads it just keeps coming up as 0x142. So what I did to fix this is jump into global config mode and then run the command no system ignore startup config switch all and hit enter. Now if we exit global config mode and do a copy start run again and a write and then another reload, now that the reload is complete, we can see that the switch has the correct name this time. That means it was able to successfully load the startup config file on boot, so the issue is resolved. Alright, that's pretty much all there is to this video. There's not a whole lot to it, but if you had this same issue and this helped you out, hit the like button, and thanks for watching.